It's Tuesday, November 22nd, and you're watching The Big Story with me, Chiao Suen. Subscribe to the Straits Times channel to stay up to date with our live news updates. Now, rescuers are racing against time to find survivors buried under rubble after a powerful earthquake in Indonesia's West Java province. The 5.6 magnitude quake hit near the town of Cianjur, and the devastation caused was made worse by a wave of 62 smaller aftershocks that kept shaking the area. At least 162 people have died, hundreds more left injured, and many others are feared to be trapped in the rubble. Officials warn that the death toll may continue to rise. Most of the victims were killed when buildings fell and landslides were triggered. One local resident spoke of his loss and the devastation in his village.
This is where all my family are. My uncle, my little brother, their houses are there. The houses of my elder and younger brothers have collapsed. The houses that you can see from here are mine and my uncle's. Only one section is standing. The other parts have been damaged. At least 6 of my relatives are still unaccounted for, 3 adults and 3 children. If it were just an earthquake, only the houses would collapse. But it is worse because of the landslide. In this residential area, there were 8 houses. All of the houses were buried and swept away.
It's been 3 days since the hung elections in Malaysia, and even after the additional 24-hour extension that the King gave the various coalitions to decide, Malaysia still has yet to form a government. In response, the King has summoned Prime Minister candidates from both Pakatan Harapan and Perikatan Nasional to the palace. This after the Barisan Nasional Alliance decided to remain in opposition, leaving no leader with a simple majority of parliament. The King must now decide whether to appoint a minority government led by either PH leader Anwar Ibrahim or PN's chief Muhyiddin Yassin, or request that some form of unity government be established between the 2 largest blocs. Both PH and PN remain short of the 112 MPs needed to claim a simple majority in parliament, and the support of the 30 MPs from UMNO-led BN would have been enough to get either side past the threshold. China is battling a spike in COVID-19 cases, prompting officials in the capital Beijing to close parks, shopping malls and museums. Some Beijing residents have seen their buildings locked down for a few days, leaving them frustrated. The latest wave is testing recent changes that China has made to its zero COVID policy, which is more targeted and meant to avoid widespread lockdowns. US Vice President Kamala Harris is visiting a Philippine island near waters claimed by China. She is the highest-ranking US official ever to step foot on Palawan, as a show of support for the longtime US ally and to counter Beijing's growing influence in the South China Sea. China claims sovereignty over almost the entire sea and has ignored an international court ruling that its claims have no legal basis. Moving on to the World Cup in Qatar, where Day 2 was a goal fest with 12 goals scored across the 3 matches that were played. For me, the highlight was England's stunning 6-2 victory over Iran in their opening match of the tournament. The action continues today with France playing Australia as the champions look to get their title defence off on the best possible foot. Today's early kickoff at 6 p.m. will see Lionel Messi and Argentina commence their campaign against Saudi Arabia. And that is all from us today. Visit straitstimes.com for more news and our YouTube channel for more videos. Subscribe by hitting the red button below. I'm Chiao Suen, and I'll see you tomorrow on The Big Story.